writing on the side of Thor's hammer Mjolnir reads, "Whoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor." Even though very few people have wielded Mjolnir in the movies, the definition of worthiness has been stretched over the years. 2021's Thor Love and Thunder has been confirmed to be passing the power from original Thor Odinson to Jane Foster. This could be due to Thor somehow no longer being worthy of the hammer's power, though there are those who have wielded Mjolnir while being unworthy in the past. In fact, there are many times the unworthy have picked up Thor's mighty hammer. Usually it has to do with manipulation of physics or other elemental forces. So with that in mind, here are 15 characters who are unworthy to wield Mjolnir, yet have been able to pick up and use the hammer in the past. Number 15, Superman. No, you're not hearing this wrong. One of DC's greatest superheroes has at one time wielded Thor's mighty hammer during the historic Avengers and JLA crossover miniseries. During this epic team-up series, the Man of Steel not only wielded Captain America's shield, but also Mjolnir in a scene only surpassed by Cap wielding Mjolnir in Avengers Endgame. The power that Mjolnir granted Superman boosted the Kryptonians' already formidable power set, making the last son of Krypton truly a force to be reckoned with. However, it turns out that Superman was only worthy of wielding Mjolnir as a loner. After the battle, Superman is no longer deemed worthy to wield Thor's hammer, as Odin only permitted Superman to be worthy on a must-need basis. Number 14, Red Hulk. A fight between Thor and Red Hulk, also known as General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, ended up in orbit. Ross took advantage of the weightless environment, realizing that Mjolnir's mass canceled out, allowing him to swing the hammer around in battle. However, this instance has ruffled the feathers of numerous fans because being able to pick up and use Mjolnir is not based on the weight of the hammer or gravity's effect on it. Odin's incantation should still not have allowed Red Hulk to have wielded it. Number 13, Deadpool. All that cosmic power in the hands of the Merc with the mouth. If there's a more terrifying prospect, we don't want to know. Chaos ensues with anything that Deadpool gets involved in. Let us not forget who at one point destroyed the entire Marvel Universe. But with the power of the God of Thunder, there is no telling just how unhinged Deadpool would become. However, it was later revealed that the hammer wielded by Deadpool was not Mjolnir, but in fact a fake. As it transpires, a lot of fake hammers have appeared in the comics over the years, conjured by Thor's trickster of a brother, Loki, and Deadpool just happens to get his hands on one of them. That's not to say the fake was useless. It still gave Deadpool all the powers of the God of Thunder, and even manifested Thor's cape and helmet for the Merc with the Mouth. Despite the fact that the hammer was a fake, we still think that he definitely earns a spot on this list. Number 12, Ultimate Magneto. Comic book logic is always taken with a grain of salt. For instance, the same character in different universes can have different powers. For this example, the ultimate version of Magneto, found on Earth 1610, has the ability to manipulate Uru along with other types of metals, whereas the mainstream Magneto originating on Earth 616 cannot. Uru is the metal that godly weapons such as Mjolnir are made of. Therefore, by that logic, it is realistic that Ultimate Magneto can wield Mjolnir. Similarly to Red Hulk, Magneto's mastery of magnetism over Mjolnir does seem to fall into the category of manipulating physics, and therefore shouldn't be able to affect the hammer due to Odin's worthiness spell. On the plus side to this rule, it does seem as if Magneto cannot access the full power that the hammer provides, as he does not physically wield it, and rather summons it through his own magnetic powers. Number 11. Vision. The only cinematic incarnation of a character on this list, Vision lifting Mjolnir was a standout moment in 2015's Avengers Age of Ultron, as it was the moment in the movie that the Avengers saw Vision as their ally rather than their enemy. Once again, the stretched definition of Odin's worthiness enchantment is at play here, as fans are left questioning whether or not an artificially intelligent robot could be worthy of picking up Mjolnir. Also, considering in the movie we only see Vision swinging Mjolnir rather than using any of the powers it grants to users, logically speaking, it may mean that Vision himself isn't worthy of the power of Thor, and simply is just able to lift Mjolnir somehow. Especially when you consider Vision has never been able to lift Mjolnir in any other medium before. While he may be one of the noblest and wisest Avengers, it stands to reason that Vision is most likely not worthy. Number 10, Awesome Android. We are again in the robotic territory, as the Awesome Android, also known as Awesome Andy, is an android who doesn't inherently deserve the worthiness of wielding Mjolnir, but simply has the ability to duplicate the qualities of others. By this logic, the Awesome Android can duplicate the powers and qualities of Thor, including his worthiness, and thereby earn a valid claim to not only the Odinson's signature weapon, but also bypassing Odin's worthiness enchantment. It does directly fly in the face of the reason why Odin put the worthiness spell on Mjolnir in the first place, and in fact undermines the Allfather by making him seem like a laughing stock, but it is rather a clever loophole for tricking the mystical weapon. Number 9, Rogue. Rogue came to be able to wield Thor's hammer by absorbing the power and life force of the God of Thunder. thus taking his memories and essence that make him worthy as well. This was done in a What If miniseries, which ironically is the title of the new animated series appearing on Disney Plus during the MCU's Phase 4. Regardless, even if the mainstream Rogue was capable of absorbing Thor's worthiness, she is effectively sealing the right to be worthy and therefore isn't actually worthy herself. Number 8. Ragnarok. Ladies and gentlemen, we present the evil clone on this list. Ragnarok was created by our good guy scientists Mr. Fantastic, Ant-Man, and Iron Man after Thor went missing and therefore needed replacing. Originally, the faux god of thunder used a replica of Mjolnir and therefore may not be considered worthy as the hammer merely mimicked the powers that Mjolnir granted. Later on, however, Ragnarok was banished to a topsy-turvy alternate reality where he was actually considered worthy of wielding Mjolnir. True, it came with the unfortunate consequences of becoming bald and bearded, but even so, when you consider that this is an alternate reality, the rules of Mjolnir must still exist. How can a clone nutcase truly be worthy? Number 7. The Hulk. There's no denying that Bruce Banner's alter ego, the Hulk, is one of the strongest Avengers, if not the strongest character, in the entire Marvel Universe. However, the one thing he is unable to do is lift Mjolnir. The Hulk, much like his rogue counterpart Red Hulk, has once taken up the method of simply piggybacking on the use of Mjolnir through Thor. When he was able to swing the hammer around while the God of Thunder was still holding it, this again is cheating, but adds to the unworthiness of the character. Number 6. Enrakt. Odin is the All-Father, and as such wields the power of the Odin Force. He is considered one of the most powerful beings in the universe, but that doesn't mean he always hits a home run when it comes to enchantments. Because if it hasn't been made crystal clear by now, Mjolnir's worthiness enchantment isn't exactly hard to find a loophole around. In the comics, this was made abundantly clear when Enrakt, brother of the Enchanters 3, used sorcery to usurp the hammer's power. He did so to mess around with Thor's mind rather than actually tap into the hammer's true potential, but did so effectively. Number 5. Roger Norval. After giving Roger the power of the God of Thunder, it was made quickly apparent that he was definitely not worthy to wield the might of Mjolnir. He accidentally caused devastation before eventually realizing what he had done and sacrificed himself to save the world. However, Roger's story does not end there. When you fast forward in time to when Odin believed his son was ignoring his responsibilities to Asgard in favor of hanging out on Earth, Odin therefore decided to revive Roger to serve in Thor's place. Number 4. Airwalker. Yes, we're back with the robots, this time the chronologically inconsistent Airwalker, whose handling of the mighty Mjolnir highlights exactly just how bad comic books can get with continuity. It is on the individual opinion as to whether or not Airwalker truly qualifies as worthy, but when you consider that Vision and Amazing Android are equally as synthetic, how can you take Airwalker as any more worthy? Number 3. Rick Jones. You may want to strap yourself in for this one. Rick Jones was often considered one of Marvel's best sidekicks, once met with two versions of himself, one good and one bad, because some tropes never die. The one of these two, who was from the future imperfect reality, then revealed that he was, in fact, worthy of wielding Mjolnir, which is something that the present-day Rick Jones could not do. While we've never seen any version of Rick Jones wield the mighty Mjolnir, the future imperfect version of the character was adamant that he is, in fact, worthy of doing so in his past and present-day Rick's future. Number 2. Thorg. Who doesn't love seeing a froggy version of Thor? Particularly one with his own miniature version of Mjolnir. It is mind-boggling and fantastic what the world of comic books can create and make instant hits. However, when you consider that Thorg, the Frog of Thunder, who was formerly a human being, is actually capable of wielding a version of Mjolnir, no matter how small or ridiculous, the concept then goes from hilariously cute to outrageously insane. To be honest, the idea that this amphibious hero is considered to be more worthy than the likes of Rogue, Superman, and the Hulk, you have to wonder just who thought up this idea in the first place. And number 1, Loki. Yes, he's been mentioned a couple of times as either manipulating or deterring other unworthy heroes on the list, but the trickster god Loki is certainly the most unworthy individual in the Marvel Universe. Loki has attempted to wield the power of Mjolnir countless times to hardly any avail. However, on one occasion, Loki proved himself worthy after the Scarlet Witch and Doctor Doom inadvertently inverted the moral alignments of several heroes and villains, turning Loki into a noble hero and therefore proven worthy of wielding Mjolnir. Once equipped with a mighty hammer, Loki faced off against the turned evil God of Thunder before Scarlet Witch was able to reverse the spell and restore sanity and the status quo back to the Marvel Universe. So there you have it, 15 most unworthy characters to wield Thor's hammer. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below.